Here we have a Indesit tumble dryer. This is a IDV75 and been reported that there's a fault on it when it's turned. It does spins up alright, but it's making a bit of a banging or knocking noise from the drum area somewhere. So I've brought it back to the workshop and we'll get it taken to bits and see if we can find the fault with it. So this dryer's from a residential retirement home, from a communal laundry, so it gets quite a bit of use. Now what apparently is happening when this is turning, it's making a knocking noise. If I can get that to do it. There, you hear that? There. So it does that every cycle as it spins around. So I've brought it back to the workshop. I thought it'd be easy to work on it there. I did have a quick look on site and realised straight away that I'll need parts, because if we look at the back there, I don't know whether you can see that there's a bearing here. I'll just I'll spin this around, I'll put the camera down, I'll spin it around, give us 2 minutes, I'll be back. Right, so at the back of the machine here, I actually had a look at this while I was on site at the residential retirement home and realised I couldn't repair it there and then, because I needed some bits. So I thought I'll bring it back to the workshop and at least I can make a little bit of a video on it as well. But if you can see this here, that should be lined up into there. This is like some sort of brass or phosphor bronze or something, like a bearing, like a bush or whatever, and it's worn out at the bottom and all this is dropped down. That should be lifted further up and in line with that. That spindle should come through the centre of there. So I'm going to unscrew this and we'll have a look and see what that looks like. Just a Torx screw there will take that out. A telltale sign straight away that a bearing or something's worn is all this horrible black dirty sort of dust. That's just obviously bits of worn metal or what have you. Let's see if that'll come out there. So there's the piece there, and it certainly shouldn't be shaped like that. It should, on the bottom, all this is worn out, it should be one complete piece. I have had a quick Google, had a quick look on Amazon and eBay and that, and they do sell them, but you can buy either just this piece or you buy a kit which has the spindle and things as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this piece off and just check the spindle isn't worn. So there's that little retaining piece off. Now this spindle doesn't seem to be particularly worn. It seems slight, very, very slight, but nothing at all. You'll probably find it's designed that this is softer than that, so that this wears. That's probably the whole idea. If they both wore together, it wouldn't be much good. So I think if I order one of those, we should be able to get this back up and running, no problem at all. So I think what's happened when it's worn through that shaft's obviously dropped down, and if you look, I don't know if you can see, just I'll try and point with this screwdriver, just there, it's actually worn into the metal casing itself. I don't know if you can see that. I'll see if I can lift this. Yeah, struggling to lift that. Yeah, I'll try and lift it up. We'll get a better shot so I can show you exactly what I mean. So you can just see under that shaft there, there's a groove being worn into here. But if you look on closer examination, that shaft there shouldn't be like that. It's worn into that. So I think I'm obviously going to have to order the full kit, which includes this shaft as well. So I think it's strip down time. Pull this all to bits. the spanner on there, so I had to rope the old boy in to help us. Anyway, we're getting that out. So there it is, and you can see there's a slot in that, which I assume shouldn't be there. And there, you can now see where it's worn down there. So I assume that's what's worn that in. So anyway, I'm going to jump on the computer and see if we can order some spare parts. So, day 2 now, and managed to get this repair kit from Amazon. Looks like it's going to be exactly right. As you can see, there's the new piece, and there's the old one with the worn out bit. It all pretty much the same. Now, when I was looking for these bits on Amazon and, well, on the internet, there's a couple of places selling them, and they said this one, there was 2 different types. It was the bolted type. It was, I think it was slightly smaller diameter than this, and literally held on with 3 bolts. And there was this one here, what they called the riveted type. So originally, when they are fitted to the drum, they pop riveted through these 6 holes, and it says you have to drill them out and replace them with these nuts and bolts that you get from there. Obviously, this one was bolted in, so that sort of caused a little bit of confusion, but I'm 100% certain this has obviously been changed before. That's why it was bolted in. So this will have been originally, well, the one before this will have been originally pop riveted in, and this is obviously a replacement. So this is the second time it's been done. That's what threw us a little bit, but I'm 100% certain now that this is the right part. So I'm going to get cracked on and try and get it installed. There's that plate all fixed on, torqued all the screws up and everything, so now I'm just going to fit this little bush. I'm going to have to sort of lift that up to line it up a little bit. Might be a little bit awkward, but we'll get it somewhere near. Just going to pop that bush on loose for now, just to hold it in place, then I can hopefully get all the covers back on. Just hop up on my little stool. That's okay. That's a little bit bent there, but it'll all pull back in. Right, next step, I think I'll get all these screws back in, get all these bits back together. That's all the main screws back in, so I'm going to put this little bolt in to hold this little bronze, phosphor bronze, whatever it is, bearing in. Hopefully that'll pull that in nice and tight. Yeah, that's okay. Right, so we've just got this little piece to put on, and the little wire, wherever it is, that little wire to put through to hold that on. That'll go in like that. Wire through. Oh, just drop down and get some pliers. Drop through that there. Give that a little bit of a twist over like that. Should be okay. Let's just see how the drum feels. Yep, it's alright. Other than all my screws, the old screws inside the drum rattling about, feels fine. Alright, so I've just plugged it in now. I'm just going to switch it on before I put this cover on. We'll just run it up, just check everything looks okay. Oh, shut the door. Yep, I'm happy with that. I'll get this cover back on and the pipe and everything back in. Ah, yeah, another little telltale sign that this might have been done before is I reckon there's a cover should go on there, because there's a screw hole there and a screw hole there, but no cover. So I think that's already been, well, it has already been done, as you can see, because it was screwed on rather than riveted on. But it was funny when I turned up the job. One of the old dears, when I went through, she said, he said, it's making a funny noise, I think there's a bearing off. And she was right. So I might offer her a job. She might be a little bit too old, like, but never mind. Right, so I'll give this a quick clean up. Get rid of that muck. Get the lid back on. Be all good to go. There we go. That's it, all fixed and ready to go back to the customer. So I'll get this dropped off on Friday. Job done.